Hi there. Well, look, it's getting to 10 o'clock at night here in Christchurch, so we've had the last update from the police, we think, and so the number of dead has been revised up to 49. There were 40 at the mosque, 41 at the mosque, which is in Deans Ave, and 7 at the mosque in Linwood, and another person has died at the hospital from the wounds that they were sustained before. So we don't think there's going to be another update on the number of injured or dead overnight, but clearly everyone here is in a state of shock. Christchurch is a pretty small, city in the scheme of things. It's about 450,000 people. It's something that not just Christchurch but New Zealand has never seen anything on this scale before. We've got the terror alert has been raised to the highest level, but we've never seen anything like this. And I think really Christchurch is in a state of shock tonight.
James, you yourself are only several kilometres away from both the locations where the shootings occurred. What is the atmosphere like in Christchurch tonight?
Well, it's still quite eerie because from time to time we're hearing the likes of helicopters and police sirens around the place. So it's just a general sense of unease. When I was in the city before, everyone was obviously in their cars trying to get out of the CBD, and it had a very eerie calm had kind of descended on the city. We had a major earthquake in Christchurch 8 years ago, and that was one of the most devastating natural disasters in New Zealand history, certainly in modern New Zealand history. And it's echoes of what happened while that was a natural disaster 8 years ago. This disaster, which is obviously caused by hate and intolerance, feels somewhat similar, but also worse at the same time.
And how big is the Muslim community in New Zealand, James?
It's not large. The best estimate that I can find from the most recent census was around 50,000 Muslims in New Zealand. New Zealand has a population of just under 5 million, so we're looking at under 1% of the population. So this is not a large community, and it is certainly fairly alarming for them to have been targeted in this way.
And how strong is the extreme far-right movement in your country?
Well, this is obviously, the largest incident that we have seen, but it is something that I don't think had any indication was happening, and it may have been that these people were radicalised, not just that they were here in New Zealand, but they were also being radicalised on the internet. It seems that there's a lot of links to international movements and communities of far right and ultra nationalist people on the internet, which they were drawing links to, and that's a worry for us in New Zealand, but also a worry for the rise of far right movements, especially in other parts of the Anglosphere, whether that be the United States, Canada, or Australia.
James Dann reporting there from Christchurch. Thank you.